So the new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle movie comes out this weekend, and the folks at the Maryland Natural Resources Police and other organizations want you to know, be careful, because we all can't be ninjas, as they say in the paper that I have right in front of me from police. Joining me now to talk about this, which I find to be fascinating, is Scott McDaniel from the Susquehannock Wildlife Society and Katrina Smith with the Mid-Atlantic Turtle and Tortoise Society. Good to have you both on. Thanks for coming in.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
Okay, so really, when the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle movie comes out, people go out and buy turtles? That's how it works?
Yes, it was a problem in the 90s. It's continued to be a problem. Kids ask for a turtle, or they see these little tiny green turtles being sold illegally. They buy them, don't realize how big they're going to get, how much work they are, that they can live 60 years, and they end up getting dumped and causing a lot of problems for our native wildlife.
They don't want to keep them anymore after what, about a week or so, or
Right.
a couple of weeks?
You need a lot of equipment. They can get smelly if you don't have the right filter. You're looking at a 75-gallon aquarium in a few years.
So they buy them, and they're what, like the size of a Matchbox car, right, Scott?
Yeah, they're very small. They're colorful. They're green. They look just like the Ninja Turtles, and they were featured in the movies.
And then they grow up.
And then they grow up.
So you say they buy them illegally. Where are they selling them? The street corners? I mean, where do you
Sadly,
buy? Yeah, really?
there are vendors selling them in the Inner Harbor. At Artscape, there was a vendor.
Where are
flea
they
markets?
getting them? Where are they getting them from?
The farms down south will produce 1 million at a time, well, in one season. And a lot of them are exported for pets. And in the U.S., it's illegal to sell a turtle under 4 inches.
So the message is, hey, don't buy these turtles.
The main message is do your homework. Make sure you know what you're getting yourself into. We do adoptions. A lot of us have pet turtles.
Yeah.
We just want to make sure that people are educated before they jump into it and know what they're getting into.
What if some of them just dump them out into the woods?
And that's one of the big problems is, doing wildlife conservation. We see a lot of these non-native turtles, like the red-eared slider. They're found all over Maryland. They're from the Mississippi river drainage. They're not from here, but now they live here. Now they're breeding. They're laying eggs. They're competing with our native species. That's a big problem.
Screws up the ecosystem?
It does, certainly.
Right. So can I ask you a couple other questions about turtles while I have you here? So in the movie, the Ninja Turtles, they love pizza. Do turtles like pizza? Would they eat pizza? No? Yeah?
They probably would eat some of it, but it's not good for them. They need a good pelleted-based diet with additional greens and veggies and things like that. And each species is different. Each species has a different care. So you have to know what you're buying and how big it's going to get and what it's going to eat and how long it's going to live.
Are all turtles slow?
No, actually, a lot of them are quite fast. We have a lot of really interesting species in Maryland. The diamondback terrapins are state reptile.
Yeah, right.
A lot of turtles move really quickly, especially in the water. We have turtles that can do all sorts of things, and that range from large, like the snapping turtle, that everybody kind of sees as menacing, and things like that. But
I find all
and we see them on the roads, and we encourage people to help turtles cross the road and take them to the side of the road that they were heading towards.
That was the other question I was going to ask you. I was always told as a kid, hey, if you see a turtle, don't touch it because they have disease and things of that nature. Is that true? Should I touch a turtle, or is it all right to touch it?
Any reptile has the potential to carry salmonella. So if you handle a reptile, if you take care of it, wash your hands afterwards. Be aware that is a potential. Of course, these days you can also get it from peanut butter. But
right, you never know. Will you guys go out and see the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle movie?
I will see it, and the reason is I grew up with Ninja Turtles. So that's part of the reason I'm sitting here today is, for me, it actually got me into turtles and conservation.
Cool.
I realized I couldn't actually become a turtle. So I started going out and finding them in the wild as a kid, and as I learned more about them, I wanted to get into conservation and wildlife. So that's the other angle. It's not just kids going and buying them at pet stores.
You can learn stuff about turtles.
Yeah. If you want to see a turtle, go out in the wild. Go out in the woods. See, we have such amazing wildlife here in Maryland, and we have different organizations that can help you, like the Maryland Natural History Society, the Susquehannock Wildlife Society, that can help you go out and experience turtles in the wild.
All right. We have Raphael, you have Michelangelo, and who are the other two? Do we remember? Does anybody remember?
Donatello.
Very good. And who was our last one? Leonardo.
The leader.
Yeah.
How can you forget him?
we have all four. Well, thank you guys for coming in. Scott McDaniel, the Susquehannock Wildlife Society, Katrina Smith with the Mid-Atlantic Turtle and Tortoise Society. Great to have you in. Thanks for the
Thank you.
information.
Thanks for
and
having us.
If anyone wants to learn more, matts-turtles.org, and we're also on petfinder.com.
All right, and Scott,
It's suskywildlife.org, SUSKY wildlife.org.